Reynolds back in a hurry. Reynolds to the hole.
Rubio takes and scores! Down the lane, all the way through.
The throw, the catch, touchdown.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics Program. On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
When you say Brennan McGuire, you think first thing, great three-point shooter.
Just a first-class program, first-class university.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Will Harris, #1 on the basketball team. We've got a lot of great highlights and features for you today. But first, here's your play of the week.
The Play of the Week is brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. We make the American dream come true every day.
Ball loose. Michalowski's got it baseline. Now to Sean. Singletary wants to run. Low to Kane, who drop steps and jams.
Yeah, I just try to get an open court finish. Usually when I get an open court, early in the season, guys weren't keen on me, teams weren't keen on me as much. And now they really are keen on me, put double teams on me in transition. Just try to run the floor and hopefully get the ball back. That's all. Try to get the rebounds, get a good outlet, and try to run the floor and hopefully get easy baskets.
Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next.
Cavs by 4. Reynolds fields it. Reynolds deep. Reynolds, nothing but the bottom.
Welcome back to Cavalier Sports Weekly. Our basketball team had a couple of big ACC games against Wake Forest and NC State this week. Let's take a look at the highlights.
The Cavalier game highlights are presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
So Wake ties at 2-2. Reynolds right back. Got around Visser. Forced baseline. Kicks it back out Sean. Sean the catch for the three. Book it.
He's been a hot shooter of late.
Singletary gets a return pass off the inbound from JR. 18 feet inside the arc. Good. Sean Singletary goes a little bit inside the arc and knocks down the deuce. Kane swings the ball right. Diani against L.D. Williams. Singletary wants another three. He got it. Oh, my goodness. Singletary goes to Reynolds for the three. Yes.
Timeout. Wake Forest.
The first thing I want to obviously talk about is JR and his performance. And both he and Sean in the first half were nothing short of phenomenal. Making plays and shooting deep threes. And I thought Skip did a really good job of preparing against both of those guys and, doubling a little bit more or playing off of our screening roll action and just challenging them. But, they just, both of them in the first half just backed up and still made shots.
20-16. Cavs by 4. Reynolds fields it. Reynolds deep. Reynolds, nothing but the bottom. Joseph at the wing. Reynolds now pulls from the 3, 23 feet. Good. JR feeling it.
During the game, it seemed like he was hitting everything. You could tell he was feeling it because he was taking some shots that, he wouldn't normally take, but that's what you do when you're feeling it.
The thing is, I was taking my time. I wasn't rushing anything. And, I just kind of let the game come to me. And once, the first couple went in, then, I kind of got into a rhythm. And, from there, it just kept going in for me.
Singletary across the timeline, backing off a couple of guys. Reynolds, deep three, left side. Bingo!
Well, maybe you can win with just the two of them.
Jason Kane, coming half court to Sean Singletary with 16 to shoot. Screen set by Kane. Singletary starts to go left. Deep three. Sean, good. Oh, that was deep. That was 25, 26 feet. Double team on Sean. Got the ball to Diani. Diani the jumper. Got it for three. Diani came out to knock down a a triple. Virginia back to the offense in a hurry. Kane, Deani for the three again. Good.
Well, that's what Virginia needs.
That key stretch in the second half, when it began, they went triangle in two, and my challenge to the other guys who only had 3 points at halftime was to be able to make plays. And anytime somebody wants to box and one or triangle into you, it's for the respect for the guys that they do it to, and then the disrespect for the other guys. And Mo did a really good job of just finding an open spot and being wide open. Obviously, his 2-3 stretched to lead out to 8 or 10, and essentially they had to play catch up from there.
Deani kicks. Nice pass. Mikalauskis at the layup. Good. A perfect pass by Deani. Now to Sean. Singletary wants to run. Low to Kane, who drops Destin James.
We weren't really getting the stops that we needed late in the first half, but in the second half, it really came out and answered all questions people had for us tonight. So we really took care of business in the second half.
I'm glad we kind of pick up the energy in the second half, but it felt good.
Wake Forest will have numbers. They run past the Visser, deflected by Deani, who flips it between his legs, saves it from going out of bounds. Back to JR, and JR inside, off the window, no good. Rebound, Joseph will put it back in and score. He's got 6. Cavs back on offense in a hurry. JR goes to the window, layup good. 56-47 Virginia. Singletary off the dribble, going inside, backdoor cut, great play, and the layup good, count it. Reynolds going right to the hole, and a perfect pass, and a box out to JR. Reynolds has got 2-on-2. Reynolds going inside, attacks, left hand, career high. JR going to the hole, and he heads up the floor, bounce pass Deani, other end, the jam, perfect finish, and a great pass. So Deani to set. Reynolds for the 3, got the look, bullseye.
Yeah, definitely when the player gets rolling. I'm pleased to give him the ball because it takes a lot of load off me, takes a load off the rest of the team. And when a guy has a high hand like that, it's only right to keep going to him and ride it all the way out, and that's what we did.
And as I told the team after the game, that I'm happy that we could learn from this and not play our best basketball and still win by double figures in this league. And so hopefully I'm going to take that as a positive in some kind of growth.
JR, the ball fake and back it off. Fells has got that assignment. Low, Mikalauskis, 2-man game on that side. Lars backing in. Lars creates space, gets the layup, the baby hook by Mikalauskis. Kane lane right, kicks it out. Sean got by his man. Kane to JR for the 3. Opportunity, bullseye. Singletary got the rebound and a good box out by Tunge. But it'll be Singletary to bring in traffic. 15 feet. It'll be Sean the jumper, book it.
Sean's display early, and then JR's display in the second half was nothing short of phenomenal. And obviously, when on a day where the other guys behind them didn't have great games at all, they were able to not only stabilize us, but to just make big shot after big shot, big play after big play, free throw, 3-pointers, and just give us an opportunity to win.
J.R. Reynolds by everybody to the rack. The right-hand layup good. Reynolds trying to get out of there and create the opening there. Singletary in it and dunk. Singletary down the lane. He threw it home with one hand. Singletary feeds to the entry, and it's JR. JR going baseline. Stops JR to Singletary. He'll pull for the 3. Got it to go.
The game got ugly. And again, I credit the defense for stabilizing us. And as we weren't scoring, we were off balance. The ball was bouncing everywhere. They were turning the ball over, some forced, some unforced. But we could have easily, on the road, not been able to score as we have in the past, and then another team make shot after shot after shot and find ourselves in a deep hole. But fortunately, our defense was stable enough to keep them off balance.
Deani in the corner, Mikalauskis to the box. Mikalauskis right side, backing in, creates space, a little hook off the window.
Now the offensive player to split the defense like that.
Singletary giving it up to Kane, little reverse jam. Adrian Joseph top of the key. AJ give it to the entry. Deshaun coming out for the 3. Why not? Kane coming to the wing right side, and JR off the dribble baseline. Now with the left hand, the fadeaway by Reynolds. Got it to go. Catch at the wing on the entry to him. Now off the bounce. Singletary going free throw line, rotates JR. JR kicks low. Mikalauskis lays it up.
We just got to continue to win. We got a very, very difficult game on Sunday. A team that will press us a ton. Will open up the floor for either us to get easy baskets or turn the ball over, one of the two, and that's more my concern than how everybody else does.
JR coming deep for the three. Oh, what a big hoop! Singletary in the corner. Reynolds wants the three again. The jumper, bullseye. Off the screen, Reynolds going right. Reynolds lost the dribble, got it back. The fadeaway by JR.
That is an amazing shot.
The fadeaway by JR. Sean off the dribble, kicking it back. Reynolds for the three. Got a good look. Put it in the program. Singletary top of the key. It's Reynolds off the screen with the ball fake. Reynolds coming out for the three. Splash!
How big is he?
JR Reynolds.
I think they've got a big-time game, and they've got big-time heart, both of them. And so you have those two in combination, and I like to think the sky's the limit. When they're trying to make plays, I think they're all going to be good ones. And when Sean charges or turns the ball over or JR doesn't do something, I'm surprised by it. And it's my job now to try to raise the level of everybody else consistently, so that they can start to maximize themselves as well.
One of our most reliable players on our women's basketball team is Brenna McGuire. Brenna comes from a legendary basketball family, but with her three-point shooting and her defense, she has clearly established her own identity. Brenna McGuire is your Student Athlete of the Week.
The Student Athlete of the Week is presented by the Virginia Lottery. In 2006, the Virginia Lottery contributed a record $454 million to public schools throughout the Commonwealth.
I think my earliest memory of basketball is probably going with my older brother AJ and my dad to a Winchester practice, because he coached my brother in 6th, 7th, and 8th in town team. I would go during halftime and just shoot and not care about how many people were around me or anything like that. I was just in a zone, and it was just the best time, and I don't know, it just kind of grew on me.
I think the key, at least in my relationship with my father and my relationship with Brenna, is neither one of us ever had to play basketball. It was something, if you wanted to do it, you can go ahead and do it. And do it the best that you can and enjoy it. But it wasn't something that you had to do.
He was so fun to be around and so happy and so alive, and he really cherished his time with his grandchildren, and I think each and every one of us really felt that. I just remember him as just the greatest guy ever.
At times people thought he was a madman, but he was a Dr. Jekyll Hyde. Once he got off the court, he was very mild. On the court, he was aggressive, and he'd take your head off. And he was after that W. But after the game was over, he'd walk away from it like it didn't happen. And that's what I'm hoping happens here with Brenna, too. You put in your time, you do the best you can. If the shot doesn't go in, there's the next game. And you just keep working at it till success comes.
I've just recently played in the game at Marquette. So there's just more and more people coming up to my family, especially my dad and I. I'm just recapping about the stories, when they saw my grandfather once. But that one time, how he impacted them.
She's got so much history, and whenever she feels like she's not doing well, her dad comes in and shoots with her. I mean, she just really has a connection with her mom and her dad, and the sports connection and all of that. She draws from it frequently.
It's nice to look up and see them there and just supporting me. And it's the support and commitment and drive that they really instilled in me.
We used to go to the YMCA from 3:30 to 5:30 on Sunday. No one was there, and that was my favorite time of the week. And I look forward to it, and I kind of always wish I could go back to that. But you would just see her as a young little girl to a young girl to, becoming a woman as she developed in the game, as that has developed for her. It was probably the best time I've ever had in my life.
Virginia plays defense. It looks again like the box and one with McGuire on Hairston and the other four Cavaliers in sort of a big circle.
When you say Brenna McGuire, you think first thing, great three-point shooter. and nobody gives her enough credit for her defense because obviously tonight she just stepped up.
Brenna came to me before the after halftime and said, I want her. And so whenever a player does that, you put him on her. So I took Monica off and I told Brenna she could have her.
Don't say they've seen enough. Beattie, pull-up jumper, right of the lane, no good. Hairston crashes the offensive glass. She was riding the back of Monica Wright, and she tipped the ball and knocked it out last. She can't even get a touch on the offensive end right now.
Spring training hasn't started yet, and it's still pretty cold outside. But Virginia baseball is officially underway. Friday night, Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg and a number of other former Cavalier greats were here for our annual Step Up to the Plate dinner event. It's Virginia baseball, and this week's Who's Heating Up?
Who's Heating Up is brought to you by Propane, exceptional energy.
Well, you know what? This has been just a great day for me to come to Virginia, to be a part of UVA. My wife and I have been impressed since we got here. Coach O'Connor, I've got to spend the day with him, and what I think that this world needs a little bit more of is great leaders. And being around Coach O'Connor today, UVA baseball has a tremendous leader, and there's no problem there, that's for sure. Along with his coaching staff. Just a first-class program, first-class university. I think I would have enjoyed playing for this program under Coach O'Connor. I was thinking that when I was sitting down there. The stress of team play, the fundamentals, the players being gentlemen, all these things are terrific things, and I think I would have enjoyed being a part of this program, maybe except for the boot camp part that we saw the video of. I don't think that would have been too much fun.
Coming up after the break.
There was another point at stake in the Commonwealth Challenge last Monday when our women's basketball team hosted Virginia Tech. Let's take a look at the game story.
We're a team that played a very good first half. That's probably the best half of defense we played all year was in that first half. But we have not been a good defensive team, and that's something that we're working on. And obviously, we're making great strides if we can play a whole half like that, but we did not carry it into the second half like we should have. In the second half was really the tail of the game. We played well, and then we didn't play well, and we have to realize that 20 minutes is a long time. We were up by 7 with 3-something to go, so we had plenty of room. We just made bad decisions.
5 more minutes. Cook into Copeland, baseline right with 5, with 4, drives in with 3, follow-away jumper short, rebound inside to Cook, layup good with 1.4.
Women's basketball was on the road Thursday against NC State. We've got highlights for you in our Women's Basketball Spotlight.
The Women's Basketball Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
17-16 NC State. We've had 4 lead changes and a tie early on. Zoll on the drive and kick right in the corner. Elevates for 3 off the back, no good. But Jana Hardy gets the rebound. Feeds right on the touchback door. Up to the reverse layup. Good. Wright is taking over the game early on.
I thought she had a tremendous first half. She was on balance when she shot the ball. She played good defense. She was everywhere on the court, and she gave me as much as she possibly could. She does that every night, so she knows that I have to have her out there as much as possible, and she gives me everything I can possibly ask of a first-year player.
Right in the corner, 3-ball, good for Wright. Monica Wright has 18 points, painting a masterpiece on this Thursday night.
My team played very well tonight from start to finish. I thought they played with a lot of resiliency. They were coming off a very tough loss to Virginia Tech, and I thought they played very hard. I thought they ran the game plan to perfection. We just didn't shoot the ball as well as we normally do. We had to key on their inside game. And because we were keying on their inside game, we couldn't cover the three-point shooters as well. So we had to double in on the we tried to get out as fast as we could, but that was really what happened.
Jordan Whittington out to Key. She'll launch the three. Splash down.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
Well, I thought we came out and played really well overall. You know, it was a great start to our home season against an incredibly strong Notre Dame team, and I thought it was a highly competitive match. You know, we came out and we were able to get some momentum by playing some good doubles, you know, especially at one doubles again. You know, Sam DeVarman and Tretty have been playing so well together, and they've really led the way for us on the court.
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. We'll be back next week with highlights from our games against Clemson, Duke, and Miami, plus more great stories and features. But until then, go Hoos!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics program.